Have you ever wondered how a facility capable of controlling atomic reactions can operate continuously and safely for decades? A nuclear reactor transforms the energy hidden in the nucleus of atoms into electricity for millions of people without visible fire or traditional fuels. Behind that apparent calm lies an extremely precise industrial process where special materials, advanced engineering, and absolute control systems work together. We will explore how a nuclear reactor is built and how it works, from the fuel to the generation of electricity. The starting point of this story goes back to the late 1930s, when science discovered a phenomenon that would forever change the way energy is produced. In 1938, researchers Lisa Meitner and Otto Hahn identified nuclear fission, a process by which the nucleus of certain heavy atoms, such as uranium, can split into smaller fragments. When this division occurs, an amount of energy is released that is enormously greater than that of any chemical reaction known up to that moment. This revealed that the nucleus of the atom not only contained mass, but also an extraordinary energy potential, concentrated in a tiny space. Over the years, that discovery ceased to be merely a scientific finding and became a technology capable of generating electricity continuously and in a controlled manner. The key element to achieve this is uranium-235, a rare isotope within natural uranium, but especially suitable for fission. To be used safely and efficiently, this material is processed until it becomes small, extremely dense ceramic pellets. Each one measures just a few centimeters, but its energy content is so high that a single pellet can release an amount of energy comparable to that produced by dozens of tons of coal or oil. These pellets are not used individually. They are carefully inserted into metal tubes made with a special zirconium alloy, a material chosen for several fundamental technical reasons. Zirconium resists corrosion, withstands very high temperatures, and most importantly, does not significantly absorb neutrons. This allows the nuclear reaction to develop without interference. The sealed tubes containing the pellets are called fuel rods. In turn, dozens of these rods are grouped with extreme precision to form larger assemblies known as fuel elements or fuel bundles. Once assembled, these rods are placed inside the reactor, forming the core, which is the true heart of the nuclear power plant. At this stage, there is no margin for error. Each rod must occupy exactly the intended position, since the geometry of the core directly influences how the nuclear reaction is distributed. Even a minimal misalignment could alter the behavior of the system. In countries with a strong commitment to nuclear energy, such as France, there are emblematic plants where this process is repeated on a large scale. At the Gravelines plant, located on the coast of the North Sea, 6 reactors operate continuously, each with a capacity close to 900 megawatts, producing enough electricity for millions of households from a single active core. Before the reactor goes into operation, all the fuel remains protected inside containment structures made of thick, reinforced concrete walls with thicknesses exceeding 2 meters. These barriers are designed to withstand impacts, extreme pressures, and large-scale external events. In this initial phase, the fuel emits relatively low levels of radiation, which allows operators to handle it by following strict protocols and highly regulated procedures. The loading of the reactor is carried out with the system completely shut down. The fuel rods are inserted one by one into a metal structure perforated with hundreds of perfectly aligned channels. The required precision is millimetric. During this operation, the reactor must remain off, since once in operation, the heat and radiation inside would be incompatible with any direct human presence. When the core is complete and sealed, the process that defines nuclear energy begins. Inside the uranium pellets, some atomic nuclei are naturally unstable. When a neutron strikes one of these nuclei, the atom splits into 2 smaller fragments. At that instant, a large amount of energy is released in the form of heat, along with several additional neutrons that are expelled at high speed. These neutrons can collide with other nearby uranium nuclei and trigger new divisions. The control of this reaction is one of the most critical aspects of the reactor. To regulate it, control rods made of materials such as boron or cadmium capable of absorbing neutrons are used. By inserting these rods into the core, the number of neutrons available to continue the reaction is reduced, decreasing its intensity. By partially withdrawing them, the reaction intensifies. The principle is simple, but its application requires extreme precision. Without this control system, the reactor could not operate safely. In addition to the control rods, the entire core is surrounded by multiple safety systems. If the temperature or pressure deviates from the expected values, the reactor automatically shuts down, inserting all the control rods into the core. Although a nuclear reactor does not contain the energy necessary to explode like a bomb, it does generate enormous amounts of heat continuously, and that heat must be managed at all times. Nuclear fission does not produce electricity directly. Its main product is heat. That heat is used to heat water in a closed circuit known as the primary circuit. In many reactors, this water is kept at such a high pressure that it does not boil, even when it reaches temperatures close to 300 degrees Celsius. Its function is to transport thermal energy from the core to a heat exchanger without mixing with other circuits. In the exchanger, the heat is transferred to a second independent water circuit. In this case, the water does turn into high-pressure steam. Meanwhile, inside the reactor, a characteristic visual phenomenon can be observed, an intense blue glow known as the Cherenkov effect. This glow appears when charged particles travel through the water at a speed greater than that of light in that medium. It is not radiation escaping, but rather a well-studied and controlled physical effect. The steam generated in the second circuit is directed to the turbine hall, one of the most impressive areas of any nuclear power plant. In large facilities, these halls can extend over hundreds of meters and reach several stories in height. The steam strikes the turbine blades and makes them spin at high speed, transforming thermal energy into mechanical energy. Coupled to the turbine is a massive electric generator. As it rotates, the generator converts mechanical energy into electricity through the principle of electromagnetic induction. A single reactor can produce hundreds of megawatts of electricity continuously, enough to supply hundreds of thousands of households, all without direct carbon dioxide emissions during generation. Once the steam has transferred its energy, the process does not stop, nor is that resource lost. The steam is directed toward a condenser, where it is cooled using water from rivers, lakes, or cooling tower systems. By reducing its temperature, the steam turns back into liquid water. This water is collected and reintegrated into the circuit to be heated again, and repeat the cycle continuously, optimizing energy use and maintaining the stable operation of the system. Over time, the reactor's fuel becomes depleted. After approximately 1 year of operation, the fuel rods can no longer sustain the reaction efficiently. Even so, they remain extremely hot and highly radioactive. For this reason, they cannot be handled directly. They are then moved to large cooling pools, where they remain completely submerged in water. The water in these pools serves a dual function. On one hand, it removes the residual heat from the fuel. On the other, it acts as a natural shield against radiation. Just a few meters below the surface, radiation levels decrease drastically. The used rods must remain in these pools for at least a decade, until their temperature and radioactivity drop to more manageable levels. In some plants, these pools hold hundreds of thousands of spent fuel rods. In reality, the greatest challenge of a nuclear power plant is not producing electricity, but doing so consistently and safely for decades. A reactor is not turned on and off like other energy facilities. It operates for long periods without interruption, with minimal power variations, while thousands of sensors monitor every parameter of the system. Core temperature, water flow, exact position of the control rods, mechanical vibrations, and internal pressure are monitored in real time. Any deviation, even one imperceptible to a person, is detected and automatically corrected before it poses a risk. Modern power plants can regulate their output with a precision greater than 1%, adapting to the demand of the electrical grid with a stability that for years was considered impossible for this type of technology. The rods removed from the reactor do not become immediate waste. During the first months, the heat they emit is so high that the water in the pools must circulate continuously to prevent it from boiling. Only after several years does that residual heat decrease enough to allow other, longer-term storage methods. This highlights a fundamental reality of nuclear energy. Its main challenge does not lie in generation, but in the long-term management of the fuel. Unlike other forms of energy generation, in which waste is released directly or indirectly into the environment, in a nuclear power plant, all the material resulting from the process remains confined and under permanent control. Each element is managed precisely, measured continuously, and kept isolated through safety systems designed to operate for long periods of time. Nothing is released into the environment without supervision, and nothing is left to chance. The storage, protection, and constant monitoring of these materials are not optional stages, but an essential and inseparable part of the operation of a nuclear power plant and of the responsibility associated with this type of energy. From an energy standpoint, the density of uranium remains unmatched. A single reactor can operate for more than a year without refueling, something unthinkable for a conventional thermal power plant. This capability makes nuclear energy one of the most stable sources available, capable of operating day and night without depending on weather, wind, or solar radiation. In essence, a nuclear power plant is not just a factory for electricity, but a facility designed to manage extreme heat with absolute precision. The entire system revolves around extracting, transporting, and transforming that heat without ever letting it get out of control. Every valve, every pump, and every safety system exists to fulfill that purpose. Thus, what begins as an interaction between invisible particles ends up lighting streets, hospitals, factories, and homes around the world.